watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, the Latino vote. Talk about the Latino vote here in the city of Yonkers. How important is it? Latinos is we're a big population size here, and our vote is a strong vote, I would imagine. But before I get into that, the reason why I was thinking about this was because of what was said here in the interview that Jessica Gordon, and not to keep talking about it, although, you know, people want to see some consequence. They do. They're not happy. I mean, we let Tasha Diaz get away with the beggar thing, right? But the point of this podcast is what she said here. She goes on the interview with this guy and says, I didn't say, who did you vote for? She said I said something else, but that wasn't true. But then that made me think, right? Who did we vote for? Latinos. And we need to start thinking, who will we not vote for? This is an election year. And this is the second time we're reminded that Latinos are not really appreciated here in the city of Yonkers as much as they like to tell us.
I didn't ask him who he voted for. I asked him, does he vote?
All right. Who do you vote for? Who do you vote for? Who do you vote for? That's what gives the money. Who do you vote for?
All right. If you work here, start working. I'm paying my taxes from Yonkers. Start working then.
Who do you vote for?
I'm gonna get the cement. Start working.
Do you know who voted? You have to tell them. Then you have to tell them to give them money.
Jessica. I didn't ask him who he voted for. I asked him, does he vote?
As obviously you can clearly hear that she did ask, who did he vote for? Who did he vote for? She also said, do you know how to vote? She said that. Do you know how to vote? Can you vote? You can hear it if you really listen closely. So I started thinking, who did the Latinos in the city of Yonkers vote for? And who should we be voting for this election and who we should not be voting for this election? So I want to give a little bit of stats here really quick on voters here in the city of Yonkers by race. 59% of the population here, enrollment by gender. I'm sorry, this is city schools. Excuse me, I'm in the wrong tab there. Well, I wanted to show actually the population here in the city of Yonkers. We are about 40% to 43% of the population here in the city of Yonkers. That's huge. Soon, the Latino population will be the largest. And it's important that if you're not registered to vote and you are Latino, that you register to vote, especially you young folks. Turn 18, it's important to get involved, understand civics. And that's something that I've been speaking with people about, and we are all in agreement that it's important that we begin educating folks, young folks especially, all races, specifically the young folks, on civics and the importance of getting involved and how does it impact you. Some people say, I don't care about politics, but you should. You should care about politics. It's important and it impacts us. So Latinos, who will you vote for? Let me finish playing this video because she said something here that's important. And I don't know if people, we're caught up with the remarks and what she said in terms of racial stuff. But what she says here is also important. And I hope that people listen closely.
So that I could then ask him to, which it never got to, but that I could then say, please vote for the people that will give us the money. That's why we haven't gotten the money. That's why the sidewalk is this. He mentioned himself, as you can hear, that the sidewalk has been this way his whole life. And I know that because even the property owners that I work for, they tell me that it
She says, and I know that because even the property owners that I work for, which I cut it off there, have complained about the sidewalks being like that for a long time. 25 years. It's been like that. So she's saying, I was asking him, does he vote? But she really said, who do you vote for? Because she wants to know, if you don't vote, then how are you going to get things done here? You have to go out and vote for the right people that will actually get it done. She's pretty much admitting that the current elected officials aren't doing their jobs. They've been complaining for years, 25 years. That's longer than the current elected officials have been in office, even if they get an additional 4 years. So they're the ones that haven't fixed it. They're the ones that haven't given the money to fix it, Jessica. So you should be, rallying all the folks in South Broadway, the business owners, the property owners, the residents, and go to City Hall. But instead, you're hanging out with the guy who's in office, who you say has not done anything, has not fixed it in the time that he's been there, has not provided you with the money to fix that sidewalk. So why were you supporting him? Does it make sense to me, guys? Does it make sense to you? And she was at an event, Hispanos for Spano, where I think the people are a little bit delusional. No disrespect to my Latinos, but what this guy was saying, I don't know. You tell me. And I don't want to disrespect anyone in this crowd. This is not to be disrespectful or to say anything negative. I just want to understand, why are you folks supporting an administration that has not been so considerate to the Latino community, to all residents? Many will agree, and I agree, to the majority of residents, but specifically to the Latinos, since that's what we're talking about here, the Latino vote. The southwest, south side of the city of Yonkers that has been largely ignored, impoverished. The majority of the student body is Latino here in the Yonkers public schools. And most will say we need a lot of improvement in the schools. Most people will say that, except this individual right here. He supported Mike Spano. And you folks, why are you actually there? Can you tell me something that has actually benefited the Latinos in the past 12 years? They've remained impoverished. Sure, a few of you have been lucky enough to start businesses. I have been as well. But are you there to support because this administration has been great to Latinos, or because it has been great to your business? And you're not really considering the majority of the Latinos here in the city of Yonkers. Let's hear what he had to say about the schools.
Personally, thank you for being here this afternoon, Doug. We're here today in support of our mayor. We represent different ethnic groups from throughout Latin world of Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. We're coming from all over the hemisphere here. So thank you all for joining us today. I would also like to thank you so much for being here to celebrate the growth of our city and the leadership of our amazing, compassionate, and dedicated mayor. Happy Earth Day to you. Today is a special day. Yonkers is a city on the move. We currently are the fastest growing city in the state of New York. In the past 12 years, we've been able to build housing to accommodate newcomers, create more jobs, and provide our youth with the best education possible.
Did he just say that? Provide our youth with the best education possible. I guess you can make that statement. If you are trying, the best possible is what you're providing, which is not the best, then there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Lorraine Lopez stands there next to the mayor. She called him pretty much a racist, said he went after the spick when he became mayor. That's what she said, the spicks, quote unquote. She blamed him for being convicted of grand larceny, felony. A record, that I've shown, a stain on her record for life. Yet now she's there standing next to him, supporting him as one of the Latino leaders. And this is what they present to the community, to the city of Yonkers, as the Latino leaders, individuals that have criminal records, stealing from residents, donations, contributions. Another individual there, Wilson Soto, falsifying documents, disbarred at one point. The man filming is a convicted pedophile. I've shown the articles. It's beyond what he's trying to present it as. Yet and still, they allow this. So what message are you sending? And then you're standing there saying that they are providing the best education possible, when many Latinos are ready for change. Many blacks, many whites, many Yonkers residents in general are ready for change. There's some disconnect somewhere here. Listen to what else he says.
And this should only happen to the tireless work and leadership of Mayor Spano.
Pardon me for the commercial there.
I'm happy to share with you that our mayor is always looking towards the future. Our children are his priority, and that is why he's also known as the education mayor.
Education mayor.
He cares about our children. I can personally share with you that I have not only constructed one of the highest academic achievement schools in the state, if it wasn't for the support of the mayor. I'm pleased to announce that our entire graduating class has been accepted into various colleges throughout the United States.
Did you hear what he said? The entire graduating class has been accepted into a college, of various colleges throughout the United States. The entire graduating class? I don't know if that happens anywhere. Is that true? I don't know. I think that's just a lie.
Now, to our Hispanic Yonkers residents, I'm asking you to support and vote for another 4 years for Mayor Spano. 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
4 more years, 4 more years. That's right, for Mayor Spano. He's asking the Latinos here in the city of Yonkers to vote for the mayor for another 4 more years. 16 years. What has happened in the last 12? They're touting the progress that he's supposedly made within the past 2 years. What has he been doing for the past 10? And what has that done for the Latinos? Have Latinos increased in their employment rate, their success rate, their graduation rate? I don't think so. I don't think so. And sure, the graduation rate is up, and that's because they canceled the regents at one point. So that helped kids get through who maybe would not have graduated. They fudged the numbers. That's a fact. It's all about how they present it to people. It's all about how they tell it to you. So unless you actually do the research yourself, you're going to think everything is great. We have the best school possible. Every student in the graduating class has been accepted into a college or university throughout the country. That's amazing. That's amazing considering what they say about Yonkers schools. 59.9% is Hispanic. 16.9%, I think that's actually up more. 16.9% is Black, African American, 15.4% white, 5.1% Asian, and everything else. Student-teacher ratio, 18 students to every 1 teacher. Percentage of teachers are certified, 100%. Teachers with 3 or more years experience, 91.4%. Number of full-time counselors, 11, to service 25,000 students. High school college readiness, 22.8%. High school graduation rate, 89.6%. Oh, Interesting. This is reviews that people have given. Oh, no, actually, this is not some more statistics. For the 2023 school year, there are 41 public schools serving 25,005 students in Yonkers school districts. The district average test ranking is 3 out of 10, which is in the bottom 50% of public schools in New York. Didn't he just say we were in the top? Public schools in Yonkers City School District have an average math proficiency score of 41% versus the New York public school average of 56%. And reading proficiency score of 55% versus the 63% statewide average. So we are below average. Minority enrollment is 85% of the student body, señor. ¿Tú entiendes eso? 85%. And look at the math and reading proficiency. How they're going to understand politics and civics if they're having trouble reading. How they're going to add it up and see that 2 and 2, they're not equal 4 and something's not up here if they're having trouble with math. There are 1,428 teachers. Again, 25,000 students, 41 schools. I showed you the ratio. District rank, Yonkers City School District, which is ranked within the bottom 50% of all 787 school districts in New York, based off combined math and reading proficiency testing data. The school district's graduation rate of 88%, it just said 89%, the other one, has an increase from 76% over 5 school years. Math test scores, 41% versus state 55, and I've shown that. Graduation rate, it's above average. But you know, folks, we know that kids get pushed along. We know that kids pass, they graduate, although they probably should not have. But we don't want to damage the data. We don't want to look bad. We don't want to make the individuals in charge of our district, especially the elected officials, look bad if their school graduation rate is at a 50%. So you have to do things to get students to pass. And what's sad is that it's become this thing now within the school teachers that their concern is just trying to get them to pass somehow, that the teaching is not really, or the learning is not really effective. And so, again, they're graduating, but they're not learning. And therefore, they can't go out into the world and apply this and be successful. Why is it that so many who are graduating are not succeeding or achieving more past that graduation, that high school diploma? It's great to get them to graduate, but we want to see them become successful adults, productive members of society where they can come back and help build their community rather than that community remain impoverished as it's been for so many years. And so while those few individuals who were in that backyard there of that restaurant on South Broadway, which once they get to that side, folks, your businesses are going to be gone because they're going to be bringing in the Starbucks, the name stores. They don't want the mom and pop shops anymore. They just haven't gotten to your area, Latinos. So help them win now, and you'll be sorry later. But that's for another podcast. And so to the individuals, again, that are there, what has really improved for the Latinos? What you see that's so great that you are convincing other Latinos that look up to you? Because in our community, we look up to those that have made it out, that are successful, that own a business, and we trust in what they say. But they lead us astray, obviously. He is the founder of the charter school. Mr. Legary is a beautiful person. Yes, it's true. Sorry to inform you. Our graduates have went on to college. He's speaking the truth. Is he talking about Yonkers public school districts or the charter school? I'm talking about the Yonkers public school district. Charter school's a whole nother thing. That's BS. Yeah, I'm telling you. No, it's bullish. You better fact check yourself. Don't come for him. I wasn't coming for him because I didn't even know who he was. Specifically. I can't come for somebody that I don't know who they are. I'm talking about what he's saying in terms of the Yonkers Public School District. Did every graduate get into a university or college? Because I don't think that happens everywhere, Martha. Anywhere, I should say. Some kids choose not to even go to college, so they don't even apply. And how many actually applied? So, okay, maybe everyone that applied, how many was that out of the entire graduating class? Charter school is not part of Yonkers public school system. Fact check yourself, Carmen. Who's Carmen? Yonkers public school system has gone from bad to worse under Spano. No surprise since they're known as the GED clan. We don't have to do anything to at the charter, but administer to test our scores, speak for themselves. But nobody's talking about the charter school. I don't think Martha, I'm talking about Yonkers public schools. I'm talking about Yonkers public schools. I'm sure the graduation rate in that 100% of graduating class got into college, excuse me, is BS. I'm not saying Freddie. He speaks the truth. Thank you. And I'm talking about the Yonkers public schools. And this is what people think about it. 56% recommend to a friend, although it got a 3.3 out of 5. Approve of CEO, Dr. Edwin Casada. Good place to work. Not good. Won't recommend. They approve the CEO. They don't like the business outlook. Awful place to work. Instrumental music teacher in Yonkers. Very little to no instruments provided to teach instrumental music. Have to share an auditorium to teach music classes with a gym class going on at the same time. Music teacher push into classes and wait in the parking lot between classes. Oh, I got to sign in. This is crazy. How are our kids supposed to get a real education? I'm not assuming what he was saying, Martha. He's talking about Mayor Spano, who oversees the Yonkers Public Schools, pretty much. After 2014, the city took control. He's talking about Mayor Spano. The majority of the Hispanic kids here in the city don't go to the charter school. English teacher, time. People, faces, arms and legs, chairs, table, lights and desks, the cons. I don't know what that means. Sucks, but all right pay. Yeah, people will put up with it because they pay so well. One of the highest paid districts. 60 or more percent of the salary, of the revenue, the budget, the school budget, if not more, could be 70% goes to salaries. And the rest is for education. The rest is for everything else, for the instruments that music teacher saying they didn't have, for the repairs that the school district needs. Some people, this one liked everything, messy but dedicated, executive director. Some good people with strong dedication, and there are a lot of people with strong dedication there, but they're not given the tools. They're limited. There's a lot of pressure on them to get kids to graduate so the numbers look good, but they're given very minimal. And they deal with it because the pay is good. Many professional and supportive staff. There are not many cons. Very friendly atmosphere. Pay low sometimes. I don't know about that. I don't know about the pay is low. Promote the well-being and maximize the learning of a diverse population of students who live in an urban area. Social workers work collaboratively with teachers, and I think they do, other personnel in local area, human service agencies, or whatever. Social workers work in a demanding environment. Social workers do not receive any clinical supervision or accredited continuing education. YPD does not offer testing for teachers and pupil support staff. And so I just want to give you a little bit of what people have to say, share. I was looking at this and I thought it was interesting to get an insight from what folks who have worked there had to say. poor supervision. Young supervisors don't know how to do the job properly, then blame on the workers. Decent place to live. 5.0 here, good relationship with coworkers. And this is, I guess, the how they feel about their job and working there. This is staff. You can make a lot of OT, but you have to be prepared to sell your soul. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Workplace culture is toxic, starting from the top down. The superintendent and his assistant superintendents only care about their paychecks and do not support staff. Professional development is mediocre. Kids are not put first in the district. Well, sounds like he had a bad experience. Interesting. Don't recommend administrations hostile and condescending, especially to teachers that stand up for their rights. And it's something we've heard throughout the departments. If you stand up and speak out, that could be detrimental to you. Be prepared to walk into an empty classroom. Hostile work environment management offers zero to no support. The hostile work environment. Personnel too laid back and are supported by union representation. Too many chiefs with their hands in the pot. Another 1-0. People work in this job only when they have no other choice. People don't care about you, obviously. Short shift if you want to enjoy your day. This is job for you. No pay on any school holidays or during summer breaks. I'm not sure what they were. Oh, substitute teacher. It's a toxic environment and working conditions are awful. The stress every day is a killer in that district. Administrators do as little as possible, and the district is full of nepotism. And where do we hear that? We hear that all the time, right? Most administrators sit in their offices, seldom walk throughout the building, and micromanage from the main office. Here's a 4, at least. I want to get to a 4. A nice opportunity to work with students. Teachers work incredibly hard. The position is temporary with few hours. This is a contract worker. A teacher. This is a teacher. Reality check. I agree with the teacher who took the time to warn prospective teachers getting into the field. 20 years ago, teachers, Yonkers was fun, engaging, and yes, challenging, but you had support. Now the board hates the teachers, and it's clear. It is a stressful work environment and one you could start your career in if you want to learn war strategies. Then move on quickly to another, less tumultuous place where real learning and care for children needs to take place. That does not happen here. This is a business and runs as such. It is sad to say I am not one of the disgruntled teachers sitting in the teacher's lounge complaining about the things I don't have. I'm the one sitting or siding with the parents and out there playing with the kids. I'm the one the district hates most because I want the best for the kids in all aspects. You'll get into an education here. You'll get an education here. You'll be paid well here, but it comes at a price. Best of luck to your new endeavors. Administration, bureaucracy, politics, nepotism, unfair treatment of staff, cliques, teachers, yelling at children. List too long. And, this is sad, folks. So, and the reason why I went through all that is because a majority of the student body is Latino. So these individuals, and I'm believing they were talking about the Yonkers public school, and the fact that that's that guy, Mr. Laguerre, of course he's going to say nice things. And of course he wants great things for the kids. And I'm sure he wants the best for them. I'm sure he does a great job. But he also understands the political game that you have to play here in the city of Yonkers. He's not ever going to say how he truly feels about the administration because he knows that could impact the charter school. And he doesn't want to do that. And by the way, he is a good man because he was able to build that high school for only $50 million. Actually, I think less than that. He needs to show the Yonkers Public School how to do that because that school on McLean is costing double what they spend at the charter high school to build. So, shout out to him. He should show them a little something over there at the Yonkers Public School. So I just want to point that out. I want to show the Latinos here in the city of Yonkers, it's important, or tell the Latinos that it's important to get out and vote. If you are not registered, you need to register. You see what happened, that incident on South Broadway, also when Tasha Diaz yelled at a group of Latinos, the Yonkers Sanctuary Movement, and called them beggars. Beggars, 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 live at a meeting in front of a bunch of people, disrespected them. That was the same meeting where Hector Santiago got chin-checked and taken to going through a whole bunch of court dates and lost his job because of this, because of he's was having to go to court all the time. So he got fired. He lost his job because of it, I hear. He's been put in a financial, situation that he just, is becoming difficult to maintain. And he's a Latino. And what was the consequence for Tasha Diaz. She's running for re-election. She's still getting funded and supported by the administration. And she's not a Latina, although she uses Diaz. And that's just simply to appeal to you, the Latino, to trick you, to fool you, to get you to vote for her. That's why she was at that event. That's her district, where that Latino street vendor was harassed. And so if you want to do something about it, you need to come out and start to vote. Speaking out is great, and you need to continue to do that and be consistent. Organizing is great. Continue to do that and be consistent. But also make sure you are registered to vote and you come out and you vote, because it matters. Maybe one day we'll have a Latino mayor. And maybe things will change for the school district and for many Latinos and for everyone here in the city of Yonkers. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics, folks. I appreciate you. If you're here with me tonight, it's late. I came home, I fell asleep, I got knocked out. I passed out. Then I woke up. I went to the supermarket where I saw someone. I'm not going to say who, but it was somebody I know, good person, politics, and got me some steak, made some dinner, slept a little bit, and then I want to come back on. So that's why I'm up late, and I hope I can fall into sleep now, because I hate when I go to sleep and it becomes difficult to sleep. Anyway, folks, have a beautiful night. Shout out to everyone here in the city of Yonkers. I don't want to make the fact that I'm speaking about, Latinos here and the Latino vote to signify or to suggest that I'm trying to create some kind of division between other races. Not at all. Not at all. To everyone, I just want to really speak to the Latino community here specifically, because, we are such a large population and we're growing, and it's important that we become more active, and I think that we can become more active and choose the elected official wisely. Don't base it on party. Think about which party is really doing what, or, being independent. I don't know. Just make sure you get involved. And I say that because a lot of Latinos, as I've been reading up, have been, getting tired of the Democratic Party. A lot of Black Americans have been getting tired of the Democratic Party. And the GOP has been seeing more of an increase in enrollment from these two groups because of, what's been happening here in the country. But just get involved. Just educate yourself. Understand what's happening. Learn civics. Learn who your council member is. Who is their council representative for your community? If you have any issues, email them. You may not get a response, but at least you can say you did it, right? Because they'll say, well, you didn't email me. Well, did you reach out, right? You don't want to give them that. So make sure you reach out, email, follow up, continue to push, and reach out to other people, but know who your council representatives are. Know who your district leaders are. Know what a district leader is. Know what a ward leader is. They play an important role. They also play an important role. And if we don't get to learn and get involved and become engaged and start to vote, they're always going to do what they want to do. And there's nothing that we can say about it. They're going to always continue to disrespect us, yell at us, treat us like garbage. And there's nothing that we're going to be able to do about it. As you can see, will Jessica Gordon have to resign? Probably not. Tasha Diaz got away with it. She knows she can get away with it. And they will always think they can get away with it until we stop and do not allow them to get away with it anymore. And we do that by voting. Folks, I'm Freddie Vasquez. I'm up out of here. Please come out and vote. Vote. Primaries in June, general election in
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey.
I mean, how can you reelect someone who speaks like that, folks? All the people on South Broadway, just know if you live in that area, that is your council district representative. Tasha Majority Gang Leader Diaz. That's right. That is your council representative. Are you going to vote for her again? It's up to you guys. I'm Freddie Vasquez, based in politics. If you're just joining the show and you're finding out about me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know a lot of people recently have been following the podcast and sharing. People are telling other people. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Based in politics is the truth. See what I'm saying? I keep it real. Man. See this guy right there? That's John Rubo all the way over here. Councilman. He was a Republican hanging out with Trump. Now he's a Democrat. Come on now, son.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
I want to end this quick because I'm greedy and I want some of the butter chicken. So thank you. In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
No!